A year ago, if you would have told me that cutting back on my spending would have made me happier, I probably would have just laughed at you. I generally thought that frugal living was all about missing out and not doing anything fun. However, I have had that opinion completely flipped on its head. So this video isn't about how much I've saved. I've done a few of those videos, so check out the links in the description on them. This video is about what it's actually done to me. And honestly, living a frugal life over the last year has actually changed the way I think about money. It's even changed my parenting. So I'm going to go over those key things that it's changed in this video. Like so many of us, I work hard, and when I earn my money, I used to spend it on things that I thought I wanted. I never used to build anything, and then I used to wonder why I wasn't getting ahead. So if you haven't met me yet, my name is Ian. I'm 36 years old. I'm a dad of 2 boys, and over the years, I made quite a lot of money through property, but through my own silly financial decisions, I've lost a lot of that money, which has been a big eye-opener for me. And in the last year, I've really been working hard to try and change that and my family's financial situation for all of us. So the first shift in mindset that frugal living has generally helped me out with is the idea that I'm no longer buying things to impress other people. Now, I feel like it's quite sad, really. When I look at my life previously, all the things that I've bought, either consciously or subconsciously, I only bought them really to impress other people. I used to ride motorbikes, which I only bought generally to impress other people. I had branded clothes I used to wear, which again, I probably bought to impress other people. In addition, I upgraded the road that I lived on, upgraded the house. And again, did I need to? The answer is no, I probably didn't. But I did that probably to impress other people. Like I said, whether that's consciously or subconsciously. Now, I've changed my mindset. I actually enjoy spending money far more than what I did. When I used to buy something, the novelty would feel great temporarily and then it would wear off. However, now when I make a purchase, I generally think long and hard about what I want to buy and to make sure it's a good purchase for me. Prime example, top of my head, is the microphone that I'm wearing now. Obviously, I want to document my journey to hopefully getting myself into a better financial situation. And I decided that a microphone would help me to do that. So I planned it out for a long time, thought long and hard about it, and bought the microphone, and now I'm super happy with it. And it's actually helping me and motivating me more to create these videos. So to the fact that I enjoy spending more now, living a frugal lifestyle, is quite surprising, really. So shift number 2 in my mindset, and this is all to do with saving. I used to think that saving felt like a sacrifice, that when I was saving money, I was missing out on things or missing out on buying stuff. But in all honesty now, I absolutely love it, and I generally get a buzz from saving money. In the last year, I've been planning out how I can improve my financial situation. I've got debt on 2 credit cards, which I've been paying off, which feels great. In that last year, I've also opened an investment account and an emergency fund account. I've got a separate video on this, which explains why I've done that with debt, but it feels so good to be doing that. And the best part is now I've changed my mindset. Saving money is just a habit, it's a routine. I like to think of it, probably stupidly, as brushing your teeth. It's not a chore, it's just something you do. And that saving now has just become normal. Whenever I get paid, it automatically goes into certain accounts that I need it to, and I don't touch it. Shift number 3 then, this is to do with money stress. Now, me and my wife, we got on so well, and she is unbelievably supportive. She's an absolute legend. When I told her that I wanted and I felt I needed to change our financial situation for our family, she was so supportive of that, even though she knew that meant cutting back on things and changing our lifestyles completely. However, she has stuck with that for me. In all honesty, we've never argued between us about money. However, it has always been a stressful topic in the back of our minds when we were looking at mortgage payments, our childcare costs, which were massive, food bills, repairs. It was a stress that kept on going. However, since we've lived frugally, we understand our spending more. We know we're saving more money, and we've built up confidence to know exactly where our money's going. So because of that, that has reduced a massive amount of stress in the background from the money side of things. Shift number 4 then, and this one is to do with parenting, which for me is super important. Now, before we decided to change our lifestyles, I was subconsciously teaching my children about money. Because whenever I used to earn money, I'd then spend it on something I wanted, whether it was stuff for my hobbies, such as surfing, whether it was clothes. I'd be teaching that when you get money, then you spend it. However, that mindset shift I've had and living frugally has allowed me to realize that actually I need to teach them properly and set the foundations for money. So now when they get their pocket money for doing their usual jobs, such as taking the dishes to the sink or making their beds, putting their clothes away, whatever, when they get their pocket money, I'm now conscious about teaching them they need to put a proportion of that money aside for saving. And the rest they can do what they want with. However, that has really allowed me to constantly teach them the importance of money and to plan for it and to hopefully instill that idea that they need to make important financial decisions even at this age, which will hopefully help them out later on in life. Shift number 5 then is all to do with clarity. So before I started changing my lifestyle like I am now, I wasn't clear about where my money was going. Like I said, I'd get it and I'd spend it. However, I'm absolutely clear now on where exactly my money is going. But the key thing with this, it's actually made me clear about what being rich and successful to me actually means. I used to think that being rich meant that you had nice clothes or nice cars, you went away, you had a nice house. However, for me now, after living this lifestyle, has actually made me realize that being rich is about your own choices. For me, it's no longer lying in bed worrying about money or bills. In addition, it's no longer about me having to try and buy things to impress people. And that clear vision for me now about being rich also means having more time, having better choices for my family as well. So this has been a really important mindset shift for me. Shift number 6 then, it's all to do with investing. Now, living frugally has allowed me to understand money better. As stated, I know where my money is going. I'm able to save, I'm able to pay off debt, and that has given me the confidence to research and educate myself on investing. Beforehand, I was absolutely terrified of investing, didn't understand it, didn't want to go near it. However, now I feel like I've educated myself to a minor level, should we put it that way, that I can start investing into safer areas of investments such as global index funds. Now, before living that frugal lifestyle, I wouldn't have gone anywhere near it. But as stated, it's given me the confidence to do so. So here's the real link then for me about living frugally and investing, and that is about patience. Since I've been living frugally, I've had to be really patient with money. Saving a few pounds here and a few pounds there doesn't sound like much, but being patient with that, I've realized it adds up over time. And since I've educated myself within investing, I've also realized that actually you need patience when investing. So that for me has been such a key mindset shift with frugal living. So the last year hasn't been about me missing out whatsoever. It's actually done the opposite. And living frugally has actually encouraged me to understand that I can build a better financial situation for myself and my family. So if you're where I was a year ago and you've been thinking about changing your financial situation or thinking about living a more frugal lifestyle, then let me know in the comments below. And if you're wondering where to actually start with regards to a frugal lifestyle, check out the video on the screen now, which is where I've set up 5 family habits for frugal living, which for us were really simple. So, hope it goes well and take care.